What the heck is AI doing at a biohacking conference? Well, it turns out I want you guys to win, and I want biohackers to rule the world. You down with that? Yeah. All right. Mike Koenig has been a dear friend for more than a decade. My kids call him Toilet Bunny Mike because he shares my 7th grade sense of humor. And he's one of the most giving people you'll ever know. And what he's going to share here, I actually gave up some of the stuff that I was going to share because I think it's that valuable for you. This is normally at $10,000 plus conferences where you get this kind of information. And it's a gift from him to you, just from a longtime friend. He normally talks to entrepreneurs and executives, but I think you are the executive of your own biology, of your own life. And the tools he's going to give you will make you literally 10 times more effective at everything you do. And I'm not joking when I say 10 times more effective. That sounds hyperbolic. It's not just use ChatGPT. He's going to show you stuff so when you go to work tomorrow, if you have a job, or when you go to a business, or even if you don't have either one and you're retired, you're like, dang, I could do stuff I want to do. And this is beyond amazing. So he's going to come up, and smarter, not harder. This is part of the smarter way to get things done you would not believe. So this is a gift for you that is worth more than the price of your ticket, even if you're a VIP. So on that note, instead of having Mike come out right now, we're going to have someone you might have heard of introduce Mike.
Gentleman who's a dear friend of mine. He's helped me immensely, and he's been a consultant to some of the biggest companies in the world. Here's a guy that started literally from nothing, but back in the early days of the web, he was already the guy that was, writing some of the first CD-ROM games, did some of the first Mac games that existed, went out and became the guy that set up all those initial websites for Sony and for Columbia TriStar and for Fox. The guy that's managed or helped some of the largest business in the world, 3M, Domino's Pizza. But he's also shown people how to get started from nothing. And I know that's what he's probably most proud of.
If you know that there's a next level for you and your business, and if you know that there's a creative upper limit that is calling you, but you're stuck in the day-to-day working in instead of on your business, you need to accelerate your superpower.
GPT-3, which is all the rage right now. It's the latest chatbot from OpenAI. ADD plus AI plus Adderall equals the ultimate capability amplifier. Prior to this, we didn't have the tools. We didn't have the time. It frees us from so many limitations because you can have it do an enormous amount of research quickly. This is a time machine for people who are curious and expansive-minded.
I think it's a great time to be alive and completely reinvent and rethink everything you do, mend the nets, compress the spring, and rethink who you are and what you want to be. And ask yourself, how many lost opportunities in time will you miss if you hesitate? And what happens to you while your competition takes action before you do? And I believe it's your turn. It's your time. Grow your business and turn your unique superpower into a category of one brand.
Mike, come on in.
Hey, brother. Thank you, Dave.
No, Mike, I didn't tell them, but you are helping me build DaveBot. Because I can answer questions on stage all day long, but what if everything I've ever said and done and written was in an interactive DaveBot that you'd have access to? Would that be helpful for you?
Huh. You know what? I've got something to show you right now, Dave.
Wow, amazing.
Take a look at this. Turn up that volume, please, gentlemen. Oh, there we go. Let's see here.
What you are seeing right now isn't real. My voice was sampled from a podcast, and my face was created with an image generator called Midjourney. The script was written in ChatGPT-4. This video was produced in 1 minute with a tool called DID. Over the next 50 minutes, my friend and advisor, Mike Koenigs, is going to guide you through the wonders of AI and how it can be used to multiply your effectiveness by 2 to 3 times or more, help you make more money, create a more abundant future for your life and business. He'll do interactive hot seats to get familiar with the technology and use AI to solve some of your biggest business challenges. Get ready for a journey of imagination, wonder, and play that you can use right now because Mike is going to show you step by step how to make it work for you. Are you all in? Say hell yes. Give it up for my friend,
Come on.
Mike Koenigs.
All right, now I've got a question for you, Dave. What if, do you speak Spanish?
Un poquito muy mal.
Lo que estás viendo ahora no es real. Mi voz fue muestreada de un podcast y mi rostro fue creado
You
con un
speak
generador de
perfect.
imágenes.
How about French?
Ce que vous voyez en ce moment n'est pas réel. Ma voix a été échantillonnée à partir d'un podcast et mon
Perfect.
visage a été
Perfect
créé avec
French.
un
Well
générateur d'images appelé Mid.
So yeah, we could do not only all your knowledge, load it up and put it behind anything. We could actually make it look like you and sound like you with your voice. And just like a couple weeks ago, a new technology came out that lets you talk to the AI in near real time. So it can actually be you.
Wow. Do you think we could just like put on 20 pounds of muscle?
Totally. I almost did that to you, but I figured, well, I didn't want to mess with the deep fake detectors because you're so. I don't know if I told you this. Vivian said you looked hot. I sent that picture last night. That's my wife, by the way.
Tell her I said she looks hot too.
Well, we can take that. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine here. She will love that too, and now that it's recorded, she'll like it even more.
Yeah, we'll just tell her it was a deep fake. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true. I can make deepfake Dave say that. So here's what I have, and I know Ellen's here too. What I've got for everyone here, for you, is we're going to be doing some hot seats. So I'm going to call out. What I'm sharing with you, we've actually prototyped with Tony Robbins. We've done it with Peter Diamandis, but this is brand new and updated because, I don't know if you know this, Dave, right now about 1,000 new AI apps are being released a week. It's
You know what
crazy.
I did? I wrote a script on ChatGPT-4 to summarize them all for me, so I know about the two that I cared about.
Oh, good. Which are?
I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah, they remembered.
Well, here's what's good. You can do all this stuff too. I'm going to show you all kinds of things. We're going to make stuff together. This is mainly improv today.
I love this. Guys, are you excited?
All right.
Okay. All right.
Well, let's take it away, my friend, and we can play together, but you just come up here, interrupt me at any time.
All
This
right.
is our show.
I'm going to be back here for you. You can yell at me whenever you want to. Call on people here. Just bring up someone. I like to just kind of make them a little bit nervous before they come up because everyone's watching when you're up here.
I like that. I like that. All right. Well, I'm going to take it away. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. So here's what I'll have to say. If you ever get a chance to work with Dave Asprey, upfront, personal, get involved in his mastermind or any personal interaction, do it. He is one of the smartest, funniest, funnest guys I've ever met. He and I share the common language of potty humor. So if you like that, you'll have even more fun. That went nowhere. What's going on? Come on. This is supposed to be fun. So let me tell you a little bit about what to expect. This is interactive, and I've got a whole bunch of goodies to give you as well because my goal is for you to not only think in AI, do AI, I'm going to give you some tools and giveaways that you can take and give to your teams as well. You ready? All right, prepare for the fire hose. So number one, I'm going to give you some of my favorite AI tools you can use right now, including some of those. I'm going to talk about what's possible for AI, how you can use it right now. So raise your hand if you are a business owner, you have a business of your own. I think that's most of you. So this is the ultimate AI assistant that never complains, never goes home, never asks for a vacation, never asks for a raise. And if you have a team, it will make them 3 to 10 times more productive. And that's what I love about it most, is this isn't about replacing people, it's about making people superhuman. And it's the ultimate mentor. I'm going to give you some real-life hot seats, some demos and some case studies, how to stay current in AI. I'm going to share with you one of my tips. I consume about 30 hours of content every single day in 30 minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So if you don't have ChatGPT Plus, so raise your hand if you do not have ChatGPT Plus, naughty. I'm going to give you a reason why you'll want that today, and I'm going to show you how to use it. And then I'm going to introduce you to my son, Zach, and his best friend Elijah Sasevich, and how they've been using AI. My son is going to film school and studying philosophy at CU Boulder. He has ADHD about as bad as me, which means I'm a bag of gnats on amphetamines. And, but he is using this and really doing some cool creative stuff. And as I said, I'm going to give you some really cool tools that you'll be able to take with you, share with your teams to make them more productive. And ultimately, this is all about giving you an unfair advantage. And how to use AI in your business. I think that's the first one, and your personal life. Some of this is fun. So here's the most important stuff. If you're writing this down, and by the way, I'm recording this and transcribing it in real time. I'm going to show you why in a moment. If you're not familiar with the tool otter.ai, that's another tool you're going to want to download on your phone right now and subscribe to. But here's the bottom line. The key to all this is thinking in AI. So it is like a new language. And you think of AI, at least right now, every week it changes. It's sort of like a 3-year-old that knows absolutely everything, remembers nothing, and forgets everything you told it and you did in a little while. And it's just the way the systems, they're still primitive. You got to remember, the current state of AI for us, the ChatGPT model, is 6 months old. So we went from iPhone 0.1 to iPhone 75 in about 6 months. And it's accelerating even faster right now. And again, you'll see why in a moment. So the key to making AI work for you is prompting. So raise your hand if you've ever played with it, okay? And then keep your hands raised if it didn't give you what you wanted, okay? You're staring at the blinking cursor that makes you feel stupid. So it's knowing what to say, but then how to stack prompts, which is the key to being really good with AI right now is to tell it what you want, and if it doesn't give you what you want, you never pull out the output and edit it. You have to be lazy or rewarded for being lazy and telling it what to change. And it's getting smarter every single week. And then knowing what AI apps to use. And I'm going to give you a bunch of them and give you a directory that's filled with really good ones that I use all the time. And I like to think of this as integrating AI into your life. It's a tool. It's a friend. It's a mentor. It's not to be feared. There are reasons to fear it. And I'm a fire hose. So again, I'm going to give you the PDF. I'm going to give you the recording. And I'm going to give you tools. So if you can't keep up, it's cool. You're going to get all the goodies, okay? All right, good. So a couple little things before I show you some demos. I think AI is the most disruptive tool in the history of mankind next to fire and the internet. And if you think about it, all of business and everything we do as humans, if you create wealth in abundance, it's a matter of value extraction. In other words, someone pays you for some form of value. Everything you buy, you're buying some sort of value. You might be buying your time back, for example. You might be buying comfort or entertainment. You're buying a way to make more money, to improve your health, longevity, et cetera, et cetera. But it comes from arbitrage, buy low, sell high. And it's from time and labor, technology, science, and whoever is the competitive advantage and has a better brand and speaks the loudest and is heard the most wins. It's basically how it works. AI is an accelerator for that. We call it a capability multiplier. And I also think of it, this is really important. When I tell people this, they get it, which is it's a first draft partner. You're going to ask it something, it's going to give you something back, and it might totally suck, and that's okay. You have to give yourself permission to suck and to ask dumb questions and to get garbage results, and it's learning how to talk to it. But most people I work with and teach get it in about 50 to 90 minutes, and we're working together. And part of what I'm trying to do today is just give you some breakthroughs if you haven't used it effectively in your life. It's a creative muse, it's an agent, a lawyer, an artist, and it does what you need, etc. I don't have to repeat what's on here. Now here's another big idea. It's my opinion, and I think you'll get this as soon as we start rolling. If you don't know this already, every business needs a chief AIO officer. And that means if you're a solopreneur or a small business, it might be you at first. But if you've got employees, understanding this, so you're not just saying, hey, you guys should be using AI and telling them what to do, understanding how to use it yourself and being a courageous leader is super important. So the psychology of this is critically important right now.
So I'm going to do a little demonstration to get things rolling. This is a tool. It's called Super Creator. And raise your hand if you make marketing videos. A lot of you, quite a few. So I'm going to demo it, and I'd like to know if we have a mic runner here. I just need a problem, and I'd like a quick pitch, and I'm going to demonstrate how I create scripts and how this tool will let you shoot video, edit video, produce content. It'll do the subtitles. It'll edit out all the spaces and create all the social posts in a couple of minutes, which normally takes hours of time. I think it's a good way to integrate and show you how I stack apps and also prompts. So if you have some kind of a small business or a product, I just want to ask you a quick question, give me a quick pitch, and tell me what it is, and I'm going to make a prompt for you, and I'm going to show you how I do this with my clients and also teach it. Anyone got a challenge? All right. I see one here. Come on. So interactive. All right. I'll take you, because you raised your hand first. Mic up here, please. I can't read from where I'm at, but I'm going to bring up my screen and show you the app. This is my phone, and this is ChatGPT. And by the way, this is Otter.ai, and you'll understand why I'm doing this. So why don't you introduce yourself, tell me who you are, what your business name is, who it's for, and what it does, and what your offer is, in like 30 seconds to a minute.
Aloha. Aloha, my name is Dano Sales, and I'm from Maui, Hawaii. I'm a real estate broker for 39 years, and it's a hyper-competitive business. In the
Nope, too much stuff. Give me your offer. Don't care about hyper-competitive. Keep on going.
Okay, so
What do you sell? Who do you sell to?
I sell resort properties and developments.
Okay, where specifically?
Maui, Hawaii.
Okay, Maui, Hawaii. So, tell me your name again one more time.
Dano Sales.
Daniel Sales, really?
Dano.
Dano Sales.
Yes.
Damn, dude, what a name. All right. This is a prompt. Now, you're rewarded for being lazy. I want you to create a 1-minute video script for Dano Sales for real estate in Maui, Hawaii. Include a funny joke about real estate, Maui, and Hawaii in the voice of Ryan Reynolds, including a link to the website or call to action, which is?
MauiRealestate.com.
That is a shameless plug, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this. I want you to create a 1-minute video. Da-da-da-da-da. Themelon.com. I don't think so. So I didn't say it was accurate all the time. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to pop this in. I want you to create a 1-minute script for Dano Sales, right? D-A-N-O.
S-A-Y-L-E-S.
S-A-Y-L-E-S. Real estate in Maui, Hawaii include a funny joke about real estate, Maui, and Hawaii, and the voice of Ryan Reynolds, including, okay, I'll just say include a call to action, to go to, what's the website again?
MauiRealestate.com.
Okay, so let's just see what it comes up with. First draft partner, right? All right, the first thing it's doing for me is a little too much stuff. Why don't you come up here, Dano? Now you see, blah, 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 little too much, blah, blah. So I'm going to stack the prompts because it's giving me some good stuff, I think. And I'm going to say, rewrite. And again, I want to be lazy. I don't want to type right now. I'm going to say, I want you to rewrite this, but remove all of the extra stuff and the call-outs. How you doing, brother?
Aloha. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right. I'll do that one more time. I want you to rewrite this. Include only the words. Do not have any direct references to Ryan Reynolds. And remove all call-outs. Only include the text. Okay, see how, so one of the things that the AI does is it's really smart, it understands context, and I'm on a race for time, but the bottom line is this thing knows just about everything and understands what we mean when we say something. And so right now, Hopefully it's rewriting. Come on. There we go. There. So now, okay. It's doing a pretty good job so far. Hey, brother.
Aloha. How are you, Mike?
Aloha. Good to see you. Hey, look at this. Turn around. Say hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Look at that, man. You're famous. Good job.
Thanks for sharing all of this with me, Mike. I really appreciate you.
It's my pleasure. All right. Aren't you having fun? Okay, check this out. So now I'm going to grab this text, and in a moment I'm going to have you hold my phone. It's nice and short. So writing a good script is a giant pain in the ass, takes a lot of time, right? Am I right? Yeah, it sucks. So I'm going to go over here to my phone. I'm going to push the create a video button, custom script. And by the way, this thing has a really good script writer built in, but I want to show you how smart it is. I'm going to paste in the text right now. Boom. So there's the whole script. Now, it will go out and either create or fetch background images for you. So I'm going to tell it to make AI images. And is there a style of like an artist that you really love that's a Hawaiian artist?
A musician or?
A musician would be great.
Well, Willie Nelson is.
All right, good. So I'm going to do Willie Nelson.
It's not Hawaiian, but he lives there.
Good. Okay, we got Willie Nelson in there. And I'm going to do create script. Now here's what's happening. This thing is going out, and full disclosure, I know the developers, I don't own any part of this product, but I give them a lot of feedback, and sometimes it's still a little buggy because it does so much stuff. So if it pukes, let's give it permission to fail. But what it did is, it did a great job. All of this artwork, it created 100% royalty free on the fly just now. Okay, now I'm going to click on the record button. I'm going to hand this to you, and I want you to hold my phone. I'm going to hold the microphone for you. And all you do is hold it best you can, and you're going to click that button to start and then read, and then as soon as you're done, you click it again to stop. All right?
Got it.
All right, so you might want to hold it with both hands simultaneously just to keep it steady. And take it away, brother. Click on the button.
Aloha, I'm Dano Sales. Have you ever noticed how real estate in Maui is a little different? It's like our houses have picked up the local surfing culture, always on a wave of being sold.
Okay, that's fine. Now do it again. So it's click to start, click to stop. Click it to start.
Okay.
There you go.
Terrible joke, I know. What's not laughing matter is an array of the amazing opportunities available in Maui's real estate market right now. Whether you're in the market for a charming condo or a luxury oceanfront estate, we've got just the right wave for you to ride. And
click again.
And here's a tip. Don't delay. Visit emauirealestate.com today to snag your dream property before someone else rides off with it. And always keep this in mind. When you buy property in Maui, you're not just buying a home, you're investing in the island lifestyle. It's more than just a house. It's the dream of living in paradise.
Okay, great. Now, give him a hand. That was great. All right. So I should have kept it plugged in. I didn't realize that you couldn't see it there. That's on me. All right, so I'm plugging it back in. Wait a second. So what he saw was he actually saw the whole transcript in it. Well, you'll see what happens in a second. So I'm going to push the button to say finish it. Now, I click that button. It's analyzing the clips. It's looking for any gaps in the audio, and it'll edit. Okay? And it does real-time chroma key, which is pretty freaking cool. I'm going to tell it to super edit, add captions, okay? And now it's listening to all of the words, exactly how he said it. It's going to add captions to the bottom, edit it, pull out all the gaps and spaces. And of course, you can edit them. I'm doing this on the fly for you. And it gets even cooler, kids. All right. But wait, there's more. All right. Hello, kids. By the way,
This is cool.
isn't it cool?
Yeah.
So let's give him a big hand, first of all. Having the courage to get up here. So you see that? That's pretty cool. Now I'm going to say finish. Now this is the part that I like the most. Writing copy blows. Now having AI write copy for you is pretty cool, but what if something could write the copy based on what you said, and you don't have to use a script. You can, again, just start recording with this thing. And while it's doing that, I'm going to say export video, but you see it edited it. Boop. Okay. This is the part where sometimes it's a little dicey. Okay. So it's editing, adding the transcript. I don't know if you see in the background there, it wrote all the post copy for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Yeah, baby. Woo! Yes, let's give it a little bit of this, if you know what I mean. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to just do a little savey here. I'm going to put it on my pewter, and then I'll open it up and play it for you, y'alls. You ready for that? Yee-hoo! Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So just shout it out. If you had to write a script, shoot it, do chroma key, pick your background images, edit it, do captions, do all the social posts, how long would that take? Yeah, it sucks. Okay, it's terrible. So, right now, oh, here we go. It's getting there. It's getting there. Look for that little wheel. But this is the beauty of AI. In my experience, when you know what you're doing, you can compress time, you can multiply your productivity, you can generate more content, more ideas, and actually get them done faster than you could communicate it to a person and delegate it, and you'd still have to wait and pay for it. Okay? So that's what I want you to feel here is, you give me a problem, we can solve it, and then the time we have left, that's what I'm going to do. So it should be here. I'm going to open this up. We're going to see if we can look at that little pretty picture there. All right. Here we go. There it is. Now let's play it. Let's see what it sounds like.
Aloha, I'm Dano Sales. Have you ever noticed how real estate in Maui is a little different? It's like our houses have picked up the local surfing culture, always on a wave of being sold. Terrible joke, I know. What's not a laughing matter is an array of the amazing opportunities available in Maui's real estate market right now. Whether you're in the market for a charming condo or a luxury oceanfront estate, we've got just the right wave for you to ride. And here's a tip, don't delay. Visit emauirealestate.com today to snag your dream property before someone else rides off with it. And always keep this in mind, when you buy property in Maui, you're not just buying a home, you're investing in the island lifestyle. It's more than just a house, it's the dream of living in paradise.
Let's give him a hand. Nicely done.
Thanks so much.
There you go, brother.
Appreciate
All right.
you.
Okay. We're going to keep on rolling. I got more to go. So that's that. Let's move on to the next one. I already asked you about ChatGPT. Boop, 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 boop. Cool stuff. All right, I'm going to show you something I think is really, a couple things that are really important about this. So what makes you a great prompt engineer? I think it's curiosity and the willingness to fail. As we saw there, it's like, look, he got up here. That was his first time. We made it up. We didn't edit a damn thing. We could have gone and refined it a couple times. But also being a great generalist. You're rewarded for thinking about a lot of stuff and opening yourself up to possibilities that in the past, all of us are traumatized, especially if you're a founder or an owner of a business. I don't have enough time, don't have enough money, I don't have the staff, don't have the capabilities, it's going to take too long. These erase that. You'll find psychologically the biggest thing that stands in your way is, oh, this will take we have limited beliefs and limited thinking that prevent us from dreaming big. And this is like being in a freaking sandbox all over again with an innocent 5-year-old's mindset. That's what I love the most. A willingness to experiment, iterate, and stack prompts. Now, I gave it some instructive things, but you play with this a couple times, you watch some of the videos I'll give you, you'll get good at this really fast. A knowledge of what's available, meaning there's lots and lots of apps that help you do just about anything. You just have to know that it exists. It's sort of like if all you knew is there's a hammer and a screwdriver, you wouldn't get a lot done. There's a lot of stuff in the toolbox. Like I said, an abundance mindset, this teaches you how to think like a kid again, an innocent child that isn't limited by the traumas and the bags of poop we're carrying around with us all the time. I call it poopy diaper syndrome.
And time, money, people, and education are not limiting factors. If I had more time, I'd tell you, so right now the AI has already learned how you learn and get better as you teach it. It's just going to get better and better and better. We're at the very, very beginning. This will transform education, which is sorely needed. Our educational system is a total shit show, and so are the things that protect it, as are our colleges. It's just moronic. I'd say bad words right now, but I'm going to hold back. Also, this is a great Tony Robbins line: the quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of the questions you ask, and that you're willing to ask over and again. This is a forgiving partner. And you've heard before, sometimes, like I just saw somewhere recently that some attorneys are paying debt, what the hell is it called? I'm looking for a nickel word. Yeah, what are they? Yeah, they basically have to pay because they used stuff that ChatGPT produced and it was wrong. We call it hallucinations. Kind of like sometimes when you have a mistaken memory of something you thought you experienced. Well, AI does it too right now because it's actually, if it doesn't know something, it makes something up. And that's just the way the model works. There's a whole bunch of reasons for that. But the bottom line is you got to check your work. So you can tell the AI, I want you to provide proof that this exists and links to references. Okay? It will do it. So if you don't know how to do this yet, I'm going to show you something. So if you have a ChatGPT account and you set it up, you might not see plugins right away. And what you got to do is click on this thing called beta features and then plugins. So that's what it looks like. Click on ChatGPT 4, plugins, and then there's a whole directory of these things. And I'm going to demonstrate one of them for you right now because I'm going to jump ahead and show you how I compress 30 hours into 30 minutes. Because I think being able to compress time. So what I'm going to need is a mic runner here. And I want someone to share something you want to learn about, you want to get good at, or you'd love your team to learn something about, like a technical challenge, a problem. Think about something that's driving you batshit crazy, sitting on your desk for like 6 months, it's not done, and you want it done and you want to be able to delegate it to someone. So think of that, raise your hand if you've got a juicy nugget, and I'm going to just take a couple until I hear one that I think is cool as hell. So, mic runner, you're in charge, yes? Oh, you got to hand you the mic? None for you. None for you. You're welcome. Let's give her a hand. Mic runners. All right. Let's hear some yum-yums. Mic runners, pick someone who's cool. Oh, I see jumping up and down. All right. Okay.
Burnout and personable accountability.
Okay. Too general. I want something specific. And that's not bad, okay? This will help fix that, but this is something I want to be able to generate a process to solve a problem that's a giant pain in the ass. Mic runners, pick something interesting. Get a lady this time. I want a lady. Yeah.
Staff.
We want diversity.
Reliable staff.
Say it again.
Reliable staff to show up on time.
Okay, reliable staff to show up on time. Okay. I'm gonna do 2 versions of that for you because I'm gonna demonstrate 3 giant big ideas. So first of all, here's how we compress time. One of them is this tool called VoxScript. Now there are lots of tools that do this, but I'm gonna go over to YouTube right now, and I'm gonna just search for a video that might have the answer we want in it because there's lots of smart stuff on YouTube. I trust it more than all the other social media platforms. So here we go. Did I say that? I meant it. How to find, hire, and retain reliable staff who show up on time. Okay, so that's okay. By the way, be lazy. 3 ways to find, hire, and retain employees. Okay, this is a 4-minute video. Too short. I want to find a nice, juicy, long one. That sounded dirty. Sorry. All right. Okay, how long did it take to get back? Oh, this sucks. All right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, smart guy. Okay, view count, rating, over 20 minutes, good. Woo! How to hire, reset. Oh, here we go. And this might suck because it's got 42 views, and it's in
Okay, high rate staff, 29 views. Well, it doesn't mean they're good marketers, right? Sometimes the best providers aren't good marketers. Okay, let's do that. 2 years ago. Well, she might be a nice lady.
We're excited to introduce our speaker.
Okay.
Everyone around them will know that too.
I almost fell asleep listening to that. Okay, economic uncertainty. All right, I'm going to pick this one.
Welcome, everyone, to today's webinar.
All right, let's just pretend that was awesome. So I had to click on share. I'm going to click copy. You get the idea, don't you? Now I'm going to go over here to my good old-fashioned friend and do a new chat. Now, I'm going to show you where all the plugins are one more time. So when you have ChatGPT, down in the bottom left is your heed. You click your heed. Okay, what's that from? Heed. There we go, good job. So I click on beta features, browse with Bing, Bing, stupidest name ever, someone should be punished for that, and then plugins right here. That gives you access to these things. Then you click on GPT-4, I tell you, and then I click on plugins. Yeah, now you click on plugins. Isn't that right, Mo? I know, it's a little too old for you young people, but so here are all my plugins. If you wanted to add them, you'd click on Plugin Store. It's just like the App Store, okay? But in the interest of time, I'm going to muy clicko on the VoxScripto. Click right there. Paste in the linko. Now, I can either, I don't know if you know this on your Mac, you can click Control, double click on Control, or for illustrative purposes only, we're going to talk to Otter.ai. So here's the command I give it, which is, I want you to summarize this video, create a list of all of the most important bullet points in it, and create an ELI5, explain it like I'm 5 summary for each bullet point. Then, I want you to create an SOP, standard operating procedure, for the entire process that an executive and assistant or an employee could follow. Include a summary at the very bottom of the benefits and results that are possible. Okay, I made that shit up a little bit, but you'll get the idea. All right. Say, I want you to, blah, blah, blah. And just know that, like, even if you spell your grammar is crap, this thing is really, really smart. So I paste that stuff in there and create an ELI5. So the shortcut for this is ELI5. I like ELI5 because I like nickel words instead of $5 words. I grew up poor in the Minnesota, and I'm a complete failure in all things involving education and higher authority. Completely unemployable. Anyone else like that here? Thank you, ADHD, for the gifts you've bestowed on me and the rest of them like me. But so VoxScript is being called. So think of this as a little plugin that goes out and does little tasks. And there's stuff like, if your business depends on writing copy and content and doing research on scientific papers, summarizing them, I literally will do this, create summaries of videos, combine them, and then produce entire scripts in about 5 or 10 minutes. This becomes very addictive. It will keep you up at night in a very happy way. All right? Cool. Anyone having fun? Having fun yet? Okay. All right. So VoxScript is doing its naughty best. Now here's what I do daily. I wake up in the morning, and I give my wife a delightful hug, a little kiss, and I say, I'm going to do some studying, honey. I go on YouTube and I find stuff I want to learn about. Click, and then I open up a couple tabs in my browser, bap, and then I get these. Now, what's great about this is you can save them and share them, and I'll make sure you get a link to this command so you can use it too, all right? Nothing is lost here. I run Otter on everything all the time because I write a book a quarter now. This has made me easily 10 times more productive. And I'm going to tell you this not to impress you, but to impress upon you. I charge $250,000 for 3 days now. Okay? And part of that's because I've helped my team get so good at this, we can create a business from scratch, all the marketing materials, all the videos, the pitch content, the presentation, all the copy, and write articles in 3 days. It normally takes most agencies 3 months to 12 months or never to get that done.
okay? It's because these tools are so powerful, and when you learn how to prompt engineer, it gives you superpowers. So check this shizzle out. Shizzles and some dizzles. This video is a discussion between two industry professionals about the challenges and strategies, importance of leadership. Here's the ELI 5. If you're the boss and you hire someone who isn't good at their job, it's not the school's fault where they learned, okay? Mentorship and onboarding. I mean, it's kind of funny. Got to talk to the dumb ones. Okay, standard operating procedure for the entire process. Now, I could stack the prompts and say, whatever, but I can also say, I want you to write an email message with a catchy clickbait subject line for my team, introducing them to this idea and passing the SOP on to someone on my team who can do this for me. Okay? Now, it's going to do that. Now I'm going to give you another command in just 1 second. I might as well do it right now. Subject, supercharge our hiring and retention strategy, a game-changing approach inside. Dear team, blah, blah, blah. Let's say you don't have anyone in your team who can do this stuff. Here's what we'll do. I want you to write a want ad that I can post on Indeed.com to find someone who can execute this SOP for me. I want you to identify the title of this position, include their KPIs they must accomplish to be good at their job, and the requirements in a way that is legal in all 50 states. I live in the People's Republic of California where nothing is allowed, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know what I'm talking about? Anyone like ankles? All right, that was inappropriate. Thank you, Dave, for the permission to do that joke. Okay. So look at that. It wrote a want ad. Do you see how you can stack prompts and literally change your life? Now, if you had to pay someone, I just thought of something. Let's just say we hired that person. I want you to write an employment agreement for this position for the state of California using standard legal language. Okay? This thing knows everything. Okay? Everything. And if it produces a little poo-poo the first time, you tell it to fix it. You getting it? Getting it? All right. So there we go. That's pretty badass. Now, right up here, there's a new clicky thing that looks like that, which is share link to chat. Now, that entire prompt sequence is right here, and I can share that, and I'll make sure we send that out to you when I give you a link so you can get all this cool stuff. Got it? So this is our job as founders and leaders with these tools. I'm going to tell you right now, just to be totally frank with you, you saw what I did with that deepfake stuff initially, and that is primitive stuff. If I wanted to be naughty, I could be real naughty with other tools, and there's going to be, for a while, a shite show going on because I could find I could create a tool right now that would find all of your information online, learn about your families if you posted anything. By the way, if you use anything, any social, you gave up your privacy a long time ago, it's a joke. If you use a phone, it's a joke. There's nothing you're doing that hasn't been tracked for 15 years. Just so you know. Okay? Our whole world revolves around one form of currency, and it is trust between people. So this could easily become a divider that can harm our economies, and bad people will do it. I happen to believe that this is a tool that can create infinite abundance and opportunity in trillionaires, and that is the mindset that I seek to have every day to educate and train and show how people with limited capabilities can become superhuman. All right? All right. Well, thanks for that. Back to the old click and play here. Let me see. I got more goodies for you. All right. Does anyone want to write a book? Okay. So let's say, I'll tell you right now, I could write a great book. I'll just prove it to you. Instead of talking about it, why don't I show you? So here's the backstory. That's my son, Zach. I'm going to do another little demo. Now, I've wanted to write a book about interviewing masters for 6 years. And my vision was I wanted to take the top 50 best interviewers in the world and identify their top 25 great interview questions. I do 2 podcasts. I love it. I grew up with Johnny Carson and all sorts of people. And I just love the fact that you can get in someone's mind. It's so entertaining and engaging. It's a great way to learn. Well, the problem was I tried to find someone that I could do the research for me, and it was going to cost $50,000 or $60,000 and 5 to 7 months of work to do all the research. Enter ChatGPT. My son gives me a call and says, hey, Dad, is there some work I can do for you? He knows better than to ask for money, because I'd say, no, you got to make it. You got to create value. That's what this is about. So I said, I will give you something to do as long as you write these things down, you follow my directions, and you start right now. Do we have an agreement? He said, yes. This is a 20-year-old, by the way, 20-year-old boys. Our frontal lobes develop somewhere between 25 and never. Most men are rotten human beings, okay, just for the record. But here's the commands. Create a list of the top 25 best interviewers from TV, radio, and magazines. Then, okay? Next, write a chapter. So what I'd love to do, if I have your permission, Dave, I've got a couple minutes left. If I do how to write a book, is that cool just to go a couple more minutes?
We may go over by a few minutes if we do that. So you have to decide if you really want to take some extra 10 minutes. I don't think that was a majority. Okay. That was the majority.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm going to stand here and watch it.
All right, do that. So here are the commands. So a list of the best interviewers, then put 25 YouTube interviewers. Those are the questions that wrote the book. And then write an intro to the chapter, and then we had to create illustrations too.
Of course.
So let's say you and Alan wanted to write a book. We could actually prototype that right now. Do a book together. And then give Alan all the royalties to start paying for his college so you don't have to do it.
Nice.
Good idea, right?
Okay.
So you can see here, it wrote the book, it created the images, and I wanted images that look like Atlantic Magazine, like art drawing. All the questions, Terry Gross, Charlie Rose, Oprah Winfrey, et cetera, et cetera. Pretty cool. So here's what I like to show off. If you'd like to support an anxious college kid, like every 20-year-old I know, who's trying to figure out what to do with himself, you can go there and get the book or scan that right now. But let's do this together. Do you want to just create the outline of a book?
Let's do it.
Okay, good. So here's what we do. So if you were going to create your next book, what would you like to create it about? Or if you'd like to create a book with Alan, what might it be?
Back there.
Come here.
Speaker room.
Let's
Alan,
get him up here.
Oh, there he
Alan!
is. All right.
Give him a big round.
Come on up.
Alan Asprey, ladies and gentlemen.
And this was not planned? He has no idea.
Completely unplanned.
Do we have a mic for him?
No, you don't.
No, this
Not
is
yet.
the mic.
We'll get one.
Dad
We're going to do a
jokes.
mic. Oh, there we go.
All right.
All right. So,
stand here.
Alan, if you could write a book, and why don't you give me the timer? Oh, yeah, I see it's going backwards. If you could write a book with your dad right now, what would be a fun project that would light you up, you'd actually be excited about and want to do?
A project I'd want to do?
Yeah.
I would definitely want to build a PC.
Okay, how to build a PC?
Yep.
Okay, great. And what kind of PC, what would the application be? What do you want to play on it, use it for, or create with it?
A gaming PC that's really high spec, so you can play basically whatever you want at however many frames you want.
Okay, great. So that's good, right? So I'm going to give you a couple ways of doing it. How would you like to add something to maybe make it weird, Dave?
We need to add something in there.
Yeah.
A PC that will also run software so you always win that's undetectable.
Okay. So you said make it weird. How about we make it in the shape of his head?
Okay.
Okay.
Of Dave
now it's
Asprey
good.
case. Okay, I like that. So I'm gonna design a prompt for you, and then we're gonna use ChatGPT to come up with a name for it, and then create a website. Cool? We're gonna build an entire business in 10 minutes.
No, you have 8 minutes.
Okay,
left.
8 minutes it is. All right, here's what it would go. I want you to create a book and a step-by-step SOP and process on how to create a high-end gaming PC with a case that is in the shape of someone's head. That would include sourcing and creating resources for 3D printing
and tools and resources to make everything happen. I want you to find the best and highest quality parts available and links to all of those tools. And I'd like you to come up with 10 different names for the title of this book and subtitles. Good enough?
Yeah, could you add, like, getting all of the parts, like looking for the cheapest place you can get them?
I'm going to show that to you. Yep. So here we go. Copy. Boop. All right. So now I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do new chat. Now, it turns out that Bing has pricing and research built in. Okay? So we just passed that along, and it's creating the outline right now. And it's also basically giving us the book titles. Okay, head case gaming. Build your high-end gaming PC in a 3D printed head case. Comprehensive guide to custom PC building and 3D printing. Game on, head on. That's not bad. Head of the game, the PC within. Building a high-end gaming PC in your own 3D printed head case.
Woo!
Yeah. All right. Head start in gaming. What? I mean, not bad, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's really good. All right. So now we've got the titles. All right. Uniqueness. So far, so good. Now let's go ahead and outline the chapters and steps for the book. And again, there are plugins. All right, go ahead. And I'm going to just say continue here. If it stops, you just say continue. Here's the book outline. Introduction. All right, understanding the concept of personalized gaming PC, the innovation of 3D printing and gaming. I mean, actually, you could build a whole business around doing custom head cases.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Do you know if Amazon can, like, print books for you?
Yeah, it's Amazon KDP. Yeah, literally, we could sit down and have this whole project done in 2 hours. Right?
I may do that after this.
Okay,
and
good.
Try and fund that PC using the royalties from the books when people buy it.
I like the idea. Give my hand. Huh?
I bet you right now I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I got a deal for you, Alan. If
What?
you do that, I will double the cost of the case. You pay for your own case, I'll give you that much money also on top of it.
Okay.
Because I didn't have to buy you the case, so it's
Hey,
fair.
thanks for calling me up. Just like a little
You're welcome.
Bit,
Just a second.
right.
Now I'm going to say, now write chapter 1 of the book.
Wait, this is a little too easy.
Yeah. You like that? All right.
Oh, I'm going to make the PC as expensive as I can, just for him.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And by the way, is there like a character or an actor or an author that you love the way they write?
Dave Asprey.
Okay, how about this? In the voice of Dave Asprey.
Hey, wait, there's royalties involved. Oh,
Yep,
no, there's
yep.
not.
Well, you're going to have to work that shit out with
Yeah, the
yourselves
royalties
there.
are the ones you're giving
All
to
right.
me, right?
Okay, we'll have this thing work out the royalty arrangements. Okay, welcome, intrepid technologists and gaming enthusiasts. This is Dave Asprey, your guide on a journey. And by the way, we can tell it, replace the mention of Dave Asprey with Alan Asprey, okay? And it'll do that. Okay, so it'll continue on. Now, which one of these book titles do you like the most?
Scroll down.
Okay. You can just pick any one.
Head start in gaming.
Okay, so we're going to do this. And I'm going to do another chat and use another plugin that works with a tool called Midjourney. This is an image creator.
Gonna write the cover.
Yep, we're going to do the cover. So I want you to create a prompt for a book cover design for paste. Okay, so that's going to create some prompts that now I'm going to fire up a tool. Now, just so you know, this one won't put the text on the cover because Midjourney doesn't know how to do text yet, but we could just use Photoshop and plaster it on top.
In like 5 minutes.
I think you can. All right, so, ooh, look at that. Ooh, I like it.
We already have the 3D printer to do that, right?
I got you the 3D printer because
Yeah.
I thought you would finally print something useful.
Yeah. This is actually doable.
Okay.
Like soon.
I like it. All right, so I'm firing up this is a little more nerdy technical, but forgive me for that. This is called Midjourney. And I was showing you this earlier. So I go, imagine, paste, that thing right there. Remember, we were just making, this is something that Ellen came up earlier. It's a lion wearing a black top hat. Pretty cool. I mean, it's photorealistic, beautiful. So this thing is starting to create some book cover designs for us. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go over to another tool, and let's do the website really fast, because again, we've got a limited time here, and I want to be cool, so I'm going to do...
4 minutes, Mike. No pressure.
All right. So we're going to do guided. Oops. Let's do... Oh, text to deck. Sorry. Do this. New. This thing will actually create PowerPoint presentations, websites, and entire documents and documentation. So I'm going to do text to deck. Paste in the... okay. Oh, I have to grab the book title. Sorry. Let's go back up to that. I'll get this running. I'm going to do 2 pictures at the same time. I know this is overwhelming. I told you that would happen. So I'm going to Discord.
Happened a long time ago.
Okay, so this is pretty cool looking cases. Now, if we wanted, we could actually use your dad's head on there, but which one do you like? Bottom right? Okay. So I'm going to say create variations of that, and I could upsample it so we have a high quality version. And then I'll go back over to this tool. There are multiple tools that we can paste in. Again, I'm going to go back to the title of the head case book title here. What the hell did we call it? Boop, 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 boop. Do you remember what it was?
Do you know if you can use AI to turn that picture into a 3D model?
Yeah, totally. Okay. So what did we call it again? Which one was it?
Head starting
Gaming. Okay, great. One more, and then I'm going to wrap this up. But I'm going to go to this little thing so at least you can see how easy it is. You can literally build an entire business when you just know what tools to use. So I'm going to say create a book or a business marketing plan for Head Start Gaming Exercise Guide case. Okay, just that much. And I'll make that a little bit bigger. Again, I could say a web page, okay? And it's going to create all of the images. I'll click on until the following things. Content is empty. Oh, let's go and grab just some of the copy. I'll grab the book outline. And then maybe chapter 1. Copy. And if we pasted the whole, all the other content in here, gamma, paste, generate. I'll say surprise me.
Not bad.
Yep. Now, while it's doing this, it's also going to start creating images which we can replace. And look what it's doing. Level up your why build a custom gaming PC, so it made a nice thing. We could replace it with that graphic you like. Why build? What you need to know, get to know your components, tools of the trade. So it's taking the copy, all about 3D printing. So put a 3D printer there. That, by the way, is royalty free. It was just made on demand. Okay, you loving this?
Oh my God, yeah. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Why won't they just let you use this for school? Like,
yeah.
All the kids here know what I mean, right?
Here's the question, Alan. You learned how to write Python about 4 or 5 years ago because you were bored over the summer, and you used it to cheat on one of your things. It wasn't cheating. You were allowed to. They said, find an answer, then tell them how. So we found 500 answers instead of 1. Oops. But do you regret spending all that time learning Python when you could have been doing this?
Definitely. Especially knowing I could have used one prompt with a little bit of prompt stacking to do all of the learning I did and that code in like 5 minutes.
So there's another tool. It's called Agents and Agent GPT that will actually write your code for you now. I've been designing software, and you give it a command. If you wanted to create a software platform, we could create the code and the business and marketing plan with a couple of prompts.
Wow.
So because we're out of time, one of the things that I'd love to offer is a way to play together a little bit more. Do you want to, should I show one more thing?
All right, one more thing. Should we put Alan back
Yeah,
down?
let's do that. Let's give him a
guys,
big round.
of applause.
We
Thank
just
you.
created an entrepreneur here.
Alan.
And I'm going to add one thing while he's walking off.
Of course.
I believe this is the future of education, is create value, show someone how to do something, get them mentorship, and create value right now. Give them the opportunity to earn and create value and create a business, because entrepreneurship is the international language of peace. It's like give people an ability to make money without limitations of their minds or of a country or some sort of bureaucratic political crap, all right? We all can do this. We all can do this. So, I'm going to show you one little mini thing. I'll bring this up, Dave. So, here's the big idea. Usually what happens right now, I'm going to show you, first of all, I promised I'm going to give you some free stuff. So this is the free stuff.
Look at the URL real quick.
I bought that domain because why not? So get your asses on over to shitsreal.com/bonus or scan that QR code. Sorry, Mom. Sorry about that. She doesn't care anymore. She's used to it. What?
Hey, ask ChatGPT what to do.
What doesn't work? Shit's Real doesn't? Oh.
Should have paid for that web hosting.
What the hell?
Right?
Oh, this is great. How about text that thing then? Just text free to that phone number and it'll follow up. Holy crap, I wonder what's going on. Hey, Aaron, you want to tell Abby, Lori to check on the server? I don't know what happened.
But send the text now to
do that. Text free to 858-500-1471.
Thanks for letting us know.
What's that? Now it's working. The text is. Okay, good. That's a high quality problem to have. I don't know what I did or what you did. So that's number one. That's your free stuff. And so here's what I wanted to do. I told you at the very beginning, if you ever get a chance to work with Dave Asprey, do it. And he is always a little shy to make an offer, so I'm going to make it for him, with him, and then his team can be mad at me. So I'm going to tell you what I know about it, and then you talk about what it is, because you do so much. Let's just give Dave a big round for just doing what he did. Do you know how freaking hard and expensive and risky it is to do an experience, an event, especially post-pandemic? It's incredible. And Dave doesn't ask enough, in my opinion. I've known him for over 10 years. So what he's put together is an opportunity to work together with Naveen Jain and Vishen Lakhiani with something called Apollo. So can you just talk a little bit about what it is?
Sure.
And give people a chance to learn more, and then I'll put that QR code up as well. So take it away.
Apollo Group is a very high-end group where I know how to create a new thing in the world. This biohacking thing, it's a new idea that became a movement that's now just part of our consciousness. Naveen's built 7 major companies, including AI companies. You know him from Viome. By the way, they still have test kits you can use. If you haven't done that, it's the lowest cost, biggest amount of information you could get. And Vishen Lakhiani, we've been friends for years. He's done 40 years of Zen and writes about it in his books, and has built a massive empire of media online, teaching people how to improve themselves. And all of us get asked all the time, and we kind of fritter that, like, we help whenever we can. You've seen me in the hallways, you've stopped me at the dance party, and the answer is yes. But what if we could focus our time, all 3 of us, on your problem? And you could spend 3 days with us every year, and we had monthly calls together, and we had quarterly deep dives, and we brought Mike in, because you just agreed to donate the deep dive in AI as a part of it.
Totally did.
So this is not at all cheap. This is for entrepreneurs who are working on changing the world and not just making a living. It's something more, but not if you're just trying to make a bunch of money. There's lots of people trying to do that, lots of groups for that sort of thing. This is world changing, and I have had my game upped dozens of times by working with Naveen and just spending quality time. So we want to spend quality time with a small group of very focused people, and in return, you're getting time with 3 very, very successful entrepreneurs who are going to sit down over likely non-alcoholic drinks and work with you and work with other people at your level.
Does tequila count?
If it's you, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
All
right. This is a small, focused, intimate group. And it is something that if you're building a business, it doesn't matter if it's biohacking or not, we want to find a way to really make ripples in reality to make it better. And I think, like you, entrepreneurship is how we do that. So we want to focus our efforts together on that. And if this is something that sounds interesting, follow the link. And if it's something that's not right for you, I wasn't even going to share it on stage until you kind of force the issue. But anyhow, now you know what it is.
Good job. Do that.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So I'm gonna go back and show you that link. If you didn't get the goodies, what else did you add? Because I got one other little mini thing I'm going to give away.
All right, do it.
All right. So did everyone get the link to the goodies and the free stuff? Okay.
AV team.
All right, good. Yeah, let's pop that up. So the 858-500-1471. The other thing is, one of the things I love doing is just having a conversation, but I have to limit it just because I want to make sure that there's a couple. So I always get seats at a restaurant wherever I'm speaking, and I only have room for 8. But if you have a business and you're B2B, higher ticket, so you'd be right for Dave, with like 3 million more in revenue, it's just going to be talking about, that doesn't work? Oh, okay. Then D to the phone number. Yeah. So if you want to just have a conversation, I'm here tonight, and then I'm taking off, but you can stop Aaron and me. We're walking around, and that's it. Anything else, Aaron? Okay. Dave?
Mike, thanks for all the help you've given me over the years. I love you, and thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.